Hello everybody, Retro Beard here again. How are you doing on this fabulous Friday? I'm alright. I'm happy to be finished from my main job and back home again, chilling. Back here, doing what I enjoy the most. Today I'm a serious blast from the past, from the old N64 days, but the old Banjo Kazooie. Of course, it's Xbox 360 version, running on the back compat for the Xbox One X. Got a good deal on the rare replay pack on Xbox Store with the Black Friday sales recently. Just a few quid, so no complaints there for such a massive amount of games. So I have not played this game in absolute time. It's been years, so I'm very chuffed to have it again. As many games I play on here, I was never very good at it, never got very far, so I'm not the biggest fan ever returning to his franchise. I am, what would you say, a glorified noob? Would that be the term? So, but as anybody who's been here before, they know I'm not about being the best or a professional player. I'm about having fun, re-exploring the gems from the past, perhaps putting a modern perspective and an old-fashioned perspective on it, you know, dependent on how I'm feeling and what's going on. Yeah, so got to admit it, I'm very happy to have this one, so I'm going to give it a go. Look, helping options. What have we got going on? How to play. How to play. I don't need to learn how to play. I just want to suck him off my own back. Let's give it a go. If this backfires on me, please forgive me in advance. Yep. Oh, I'm loving this N64 feel because, let's face it, the N64 had a very much graphical style and feel of its very own. It was a softer image than the Saturn and the PlayStation. But it was also better, how to explain, and sort of richer textures but softer textures. It was definitely the powerfulest of the that generation, but I wouldn't say it was the powerfulest in every sense, because obviously being cartridge it lacked the ability for a lot of the multimedia features and a lot of the brilliant FMV and everything, but all three of them were viable, and I love that. They all had character. If I'd have had the money and all that, I would have had all three consoles and the best games of all the libraries. And of course, that's kind of my aim now. I don't collect games to have entire collections, you know, like, oh, I've got the entire PAL library for the PlayStation. I don't do that. I want every game that I love or may love for all the major consoles from day one to now. And the ones that I may love, I try. And if I find out I don't love them, they go. Find out I do love them, they stay. Of course, I'm not counting digital copies like this running on my Xbox, because I've discussed before, I don't have any physical games on the Xbox One or 360. Well, I've got a couple on the 360, but on the Xbox One it's all digital because I don't feel, how do I put it, that it's worth having physical games on it because of the fact that the game is more or less a glorified download key. A physical game means I've got the game, and whether the internet's down or up or I've never installed it, I've got the game. So it's not just to humour me. I don't have physical media to humour me. It's because of its practicality as well. Speaking of that, I ordered an absolute awesome thing for sort of Christmas yesterday. The Hobbit 4K. They've remastered it and redone it all in 4K, and they've done all the CGI up again. They've tidied it up. They've done the lighting. I simply cannot wait because I've got a Samsung Curve 4K TV, 55 inch, and I've got a obviously my Xbox One X is a 4K Blu-ray player, so I cannot wait to see that. So Christmas time, I'll be in a state of bliss watching The Hobbit, because I love the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit films. I mean, don't get me wrong, when the Lord of the Rings first came out back in the day, it was love at first watch, and I watched them multiple times in the cinema. When The Hobbit came out, I wanted to pick up that feeling, and at first I was underwhelmed. Because they are different, and they are not they're not the same, yeah, which is different, isn't it? But then, let's just say, Lord of the Rings was love at first watch, The Hobbit was a love that grew over time. And now, each time I watch The Hobbit, I like it a bit more. I respect them as different films. And how I mentally coped with The Hobbit was, I saw Lord of the Rings as a literal series of events unfolding in front of your eyes. And I saw The Hobbit as a story being told, and it was being embellished here and there. So my perception has changed. I sort of did the same with the Star Wars prequels. I went in the cinema, and I enjoyed them, but I was underwhelmed compared to the original trilogy, like many of us old farts are. But then every time I watched the prequels, they grew on me a bit. Yeah. I've not managed to replicate that success with the trilogy that came out recently because, I don't know, they're a mess. The Force Awakens is growing on me each time I watch it. Was it the Rise of Skywalker? I quite enjoyed that. It's definitely flawed, it's definitely got issues, but I quite enjoyed it. The Last Jedi I'm really struggling with, and I am trying to like it more, but seeing Luke Skywalker like that, I think it makes me want to be on an island and drink blue milk because it's depressing because, you know, you got to remember, my generation, we grew up with Luke Skywalker as our hero. We wanted to become him. And we waited all of our lives, decades, literal decades, to see him back, and then we see him as that twit. So, you know, the washed up old sheriff type routine from the Western films. And I don't... Wrong. I mean, it was nice to see him, you know, making a sort of comeback in The Rise of Skywalker, but yeah. So, and I'm not going to go back into Star Wars because it always goes down a dark path. And I've had the same problem as Anakin. You know, in my past I've had too strong attachments, and then like Anakin, that causes my downfall. So, you know, I'm aware of it now, and it's under control. Funny, isn't it? I'm going back into Star Wars again. I'll just finish this sentence. Most dark side, you know, people who fall to the dark side, it's because of a lust for power, a lust for, you know, an ambition, even from a place of good, and that's what gets down that road. Anakin was none of that. It was just over-attached, loving certain people too much. I never imagined I'd look back and relate to Anakin. You know, I mean, I've come out the other end of it, and I didn't have to be electrocuted to learn my lesson, or you know, murder lots of people, or fly around in spaceships and conquer people. I learned my lesson back to the light side. I would say maybe not emotionally and mentally any gentler than Anakin's journey, but certainly less collateral damage. You know, I've not quite joined the Emperor and stuff. You know, I never had an Emperor. I had over-attachment without the help of that twit. So why am I comparing my life to Anakin Skywalker? But it is nice in a respect that we can relate to our heroes and our villains and our fallen heroes, because we learn about ourselves and life. Oh, I've not actually paid any attention to what I'm doing. I'm just jabbering away. I apologise. This won't be the greatest playthrough, but maybe somebody's will enjoy the conversation. I can't be bothered to read all this. I want to go jump around having fun. I don't want to reread and things. I like the noises. That's such a Nintendo 64 thing. Ooh wee! I sound more like Crocodile Dundee, don't I? Anybody knows who he is? Ooh wee! Anyway, I'm going to shut up now. Oh. It's when I use my feeble IQ to work out what to do. Well, he don't jump very well, does he? Has he got a super jump, or was that what that twit was telling me? Oh, I don't like that. What have I done? Camera control. Old games didn't need camera control. I'm going to get out of here. Ooh. You have to excuse me, I'm a bit hot. Yeah, I waffled on about this game, and now look at me. I've got to admit it, I love these visuals in high def or high res. They have eyes on them. Aye. I tell you one thing that is a bit disorientating when you can't rotate the camera in these old games so well. Oh, you can sort of do it, but it's a complete spin. Old games when the 3D technology was new, they had no idea what to do with cameras. Oh, now you can rotate the camera. That's weird. I don't know. Perhaps I should stick to talking. Hopefully you don't... What am I doing? But he can't get out of that water. Well, I guess this is what part 2 of a playthrough is all about, making up for... Okay, his jumping is pathetic. I hope there's not too many controls to learn, because a game like this should be, you know, jump, do action button, you know, it shouldn't be much more, should it? Oh, don't do that. Just run up and then jump to it. I didn't even time the jump. My voice cracked then. That was like the sound. Oh, that rotating camera, I keep going the wrong direction. I think this is gonna like, this is rapidly devolving into one of them games where you just laugh at my play and stuff. Still, you know, if it entertains people, I don't mind being laughed at if it's entertaining. Can't time it. Is that input lag from it emulating, or is that just me sucking? I was so looking forward to playing this as well. I mean, I'm a show must go on kind of character, so for me sucking is the entertainment. Yeah, I can't time it. You know what? Although older games were harder, one thing my generation were totally spoilt with compared to the modern console players. We never had input lag, it was non-existent. CRT TVs had none, and our controllers had none because they were wired. See, I try and press it earlier and you didn't make it. If you're good at this game, please don't think too ill of me. I'm getting I can't make the jump. Which means there's a way of... Oh, that camera. You know what? This is proof that not all of the past is good now, and rose-tinted spectacles and all that malarkey. Don't always assume that you can just pick up the past and play it like it was yesterday, because I am just... I'm not having fun right now. Maybe I should have stuck to talking about Star Wars. Unless it's... Oh, something's in there. Maybe that's a power-up. Where's it gone? How do you go underwater? Oh, these controls. Turn on the button to bring them down. I'm going to put the control down a minute and just talk. Oh, well, I guess not every playthrough can be a success, can it? Lucky I'm not an angry gamer. Some people who I know who get angry gaming would be livid right now. I'll go up here. I'm not the kind of guy who presses stop and quits though. I'm the kind of guy who makes the most of it, and hopefully what personality I've got. Oh. This is when Rare were really on form, weren't they? But in my country, you know, United Kingdom, Great Britain, England specifically, back in this time, we had some seriously awesome gaming companies, game developers, and I bet half the world didn't know it was over here. Like, you know, we had Rare, I believe, what are they called? Rockstar Games, who do the Grand Theft Auto. I think they were British, or they were or are British. Argonaut Games, who did the Star Fox and Starwing games and all that, they're British. We had some serious talent. I don't know how much of that's survived now. Oh. Well. Here's... My IQ is too low for this game. I'll fall to my death. Oh, I'm not going to fall down a measurable amount. Yeah, so I've achieved absolutely squat in this game. I'm going to go back to my house. Well, have I got anything to say of interest? Seeing as my ability at showcasing this game is normally I'm a bad player, but this is not bad. This is just inept. Oh, tomorrow I'll be doing my usual Saturday Retro Ramblings videos. I hope you all enjoy that and watch it and come along. Working hard to try and build my channel up, and subscriptions have been flying up, and views are a funny thing. I don't, you know, the views when I started my channel were really high, and I was like, wow, how can I do so well overnight? And then they kind of dropped and dropped, and then they started rising again and stabilizing. So, but I'm going to stay here and keep doing this. I'm not a quitter, and I know YouTube is a very populated platform now, and unless you're very lucky or very, very special, you're not going to just make a channel and wake up to 1 million views and be a celebrity. Not that I want to be a celebrity, but be successful. That's what I mean. So it's like I don't talk from a place of impatience or entitlement. I live my life more like an observer. I watch and study and observe and give commentary. Even to my own life, I live my life as an observer of it in a way, which probably sounds strange, but that's just how my brain operates. So, I mean, I'm really grateful and I'm really appreciative and thankful of all the you know, the actual support I have had, and I mean, I'm a sort of a, when I put my mind to something, I'm quite driven as well. Lucky I don't put my mind to very much. Anyway, I'm not going to try and play this game because my enthusiasm and nostalgia I've not been able to apply to say it's not an immediately accessible game, which I remember these games as a lot of fun. Perhaps it's just because I've been talking. Perhaps it's the sort of game that requires 100% of your concentration, and I've not given that. I've been waffling on about Star Wars and stuff. Well, I hope, in spite of the game's disaster, you've enjoyed watching this and enjoyed listening to me jabber on. I hope so. If not, I apologise. I'll be back on form as usual. I hope you all have a fantastic Friday. Enjoy yourselves, chill out. You've worked hard all week doing whatever your life is, and keep strong. We're on the winning end of this horrible situation in the world right now. We're going to beat it. We're going to get through. Get life back to whatever the new normal is. Don't give up. Don't give up your way of life either, because it's going to, you know, we don't have to stay as we've been, unless you choose to. Thank you very much. If you enjoy my content, please like, subscribe, click the notification bell, share, tell your friends about it. And on that note, I'm going to go. So take care. Thank you very much. This is RetroBeard signing out. Thank you.